Boycott of the 1980 Moscow Games brought about Soviet Olympic domination. The men's gymnastic team, fresh from their World Championship victory the previous year, was stronger than ever. For the first time for many years, the star of the gymnastics arena was a man. 23-year-old Alexandre Dityatin became the first athlete of any sport to win 8 medals in one Games. Soviet domination was complete when the 1976 champion Nikolai Andrianov raised his Olympic medal tally to a record 15. The 1984 Soviet boycott of the Los Angeles Games paved the way for the best medal ever won by the American women's team, silver behind Romania. 2 days later, Mary Lou Retton, the darling of the American public, was competing against Romania's Ekaterina Jabu for the overall title. Retton had never taken part in a major international tournament before the Games. A perfect 10 on the floor meant that she needed another maximum on the vault to secure victory. A new breed of power gymnast, Retton had overcome her lack of experience to become Olympic champion. In the men's competition, another gymnast's dream of becoming overall champion was realized.
I really wanted to win the gold medal at any cost. It was the highlight of 17 years of hard work as a gymnast. We boycotted the Moscow Olympics when I was a member of the Japanese team, and I'd be over 30 the next time in Seoul.
America's Peter Vidmar had also been deprived of a possible medal by the Moscow boycott. At the halfway mark, a perfect 10 on the high bar increased his lead. But Japan's Koji Gushken fought back. Following a maximum 10 on the vault, gold was to be decided in the final event, the floor. Gushken had won the overall gold medal by 25 thousandths of 1 mark, the closest all-around competition in 60 years. Koji Gushken's victory was an emotional reminder of a glorious past when Japan was the indomitable force in men's gymnastics. The 1956 Melbourne Games heralded the arrival of the Japanese dynasty. In the high bar finals, the great Takashi Ono became the first Japanese gymnast to win an Olympic gold medal. Four years later in Rome, Japanese gymnasts began to dominate. Their strength lay in the fusion between physical and spiritual strength, inherited from the Japanese martial art traditions. Ono retained the overall silver medal he had won in Melbourne and led Japan to their first team title. They would hold it for the next 4 Games. In 1964, Ono led Japan for the last time and made way for a new hero.
Ono was my inspiration. I knew that as long as I used him as my role model, I would be all right.
At the age of 27, Yukio Endo became the first Japanese gymnast to win the overall gold medal. He was also the only member of the Japanese team who won 3 Olympic titles and 2 world championships during the 1960s. In Tokyo, Endo provided a perfect display of the Japanese gymnastic philosophy, delighting the home crowd with a combination of technique and individual flair. The Japanese dynasty continued, and in 1968 Sawao Kato became the new team captain. Kato won the overall title and led Japan to their 3rd successive victory, with Japanese gymnasts filling 4 of the top 5 individual places. Four years later in Munich, Kato became only the 3rd gymnast in history to retain the men's all-round title. With Kato taking gold, Kenmotsu silver and Nakayama bronze, Japan achieved the first clean sweep in the men's overall competition since 1900. By 1976, the Soviet machine was starting to rumble again. Kato lost his overall crown to Nikolai Andrianov, but retained his individual title on the parallel bars. The team title would be decided by one man. Mitsuo Tsukahara needed a mark above 9.5 to secure the gold medal. With his famous somersault dismount, the great innovator sealed Japan's 5th successive victory over the Soviet Union. It had been an epic contest between the 2 most powerful nations in men's gymnastics, and a fitting conclusion to one of the greatest chapters in Olympic history. The 1988 Seoul Games heralded a renewed Soviet domination in gymnastics. The Soviet women's team took their 9th Olympic title in as many attempts, with overall victory going to the oldest member of the team, 19-year-old Elena Shushunova. Soviet men took all 3 medals in the all-around competition. Overall champion Vladimir Artemov overcame his reputation as a perennial runner-up with a total of 4 gold medals. In one of their most successful games, the Soviets were once again supreme.